We are currently in the Jaguar Den here at Jackson Elementary. The Jaguar Den is a space that we've worked on creating over the past few months where students can come and learn about how to emotionally regulate themselves when they get upset, the tools available to help them calm down. It's a space where we can bring students when they are feeling emotionally dysregulated and help them calm down here at school so we can keep them at school, keep them in the classroom.
Initially, district leaders got together and were deciding how to use all their COVID relief funds, and they wanted to use the majority of them, or as much as they could, to impact students as directly as possible. In meeting, it came up that what could we do to impact all of the things students are dealing with? And so Mindfulness Rooms came to the table. It was presented to building leaders, and they were able to choose if they had the space, one, and if they were willing to meet the criteria to have that in their buildings.
This space is something I've wanted to do for a couple years as a school counselor. There's a big need to teach students about emotional regulation, and then when the COVID pandemic hit, we saw those needs increase exponentially. The school has offered some COVID relief funds, and they offered that to me as a way to purchase things for this space to help our students.
For each building, it's a little bit different, but one, it has to be available to all students, that be special education and regular education students. It's a place where they can come if being in the classroom is overwhelming, too much, or they just need a place to complete whatever it is that they're doing work-wise in a safe and controlled environment. I think district leaders, want to work towards that strategic plan. And so having a place like this allows the students to get to that point where they're ready to learn in the classroom, and then ultimately be able to succeed and be future ready.
When I started making this room last year, I started bringing individual students in here kind of one at a time. We'd work together on learning about different emotions that we have and how we can handle those emotions and the different tools that we can use. And once kids kind of have a background in that, then they come in here, and this is where I show them the tools and they practice using them to see what works for them. I've also started working with entire classrooms to come in here. I think it's an important skill for every student, even if they're not currently struggling with emotional regulation. So I've been going into classrooms and again talking about that same type of information as far as how to handle our emotions when our emotions get big, what we can do to help, and then talking about the tools available to them. And starting this month, classrooms are going to come in here and go through different centers each time they come in to, again, utilize those tools, practice them, see what works for them and what doesn't. Every single object in here is something a student can use to help them emotionally regulate depending on where their needs are. So I have lots of hands-on things for our students that are very tactile, things like fidgets, sand, Orbeez, foam, sequins wall, that kind of thing. We have lots of things that teach students how to take deep breaths that will actually help them calm down, and different things like yoga and some mindfulness posters. There's lots of books for them that talk about emotional regulation. So for some of our little ones that like to read stories, there's movement. So we've got swings and the floor tiles, floor piano that helps them get that movement energy out. And then we have some just different calming centers where the students can color if they need to color or draw. We've got some calming music that they can listen to either in headphones or on a special beanbag that also vibrates with them. We've got some visual light things as far as LED lights and different tap lights that students can use. So everything in here is for students to use to help them regulate.
There's so many different instances I could give you where students would use this room. Let's say it's Monday and a student had a bad weekend at home, and they come and the teacher notices, they're really off and they're having a really bad day. They might contact the person that supervises the room and say, hey, listen, can Johnny come and just have a little bit of time in that room to regroup and get ready to learn for the day. Other instances are a student who maybe needs a controlled environment to complete work that is taking a little bit longer, or to take a test that maybe they need a quieter environment. You can do social skills group in here, social emotional group in here, life skills groups in here. Really it's endless of the things that you can do in here to recoup some of those skills and emotional support that students need secondary to what happened during when we were remote or when we were gone during the pandemic.
I've had a few students that I've used it with pretty consistently from last year when I started, and they've started using it this year. And what I see is last year we spent a lot of time coming in here with them practicing the tools and working on things, and now they're using it in a proactive way. So they'll tell their teacher they need a break, and they'll call me, and they'll come in here, and they know exactly what to do, and after about 5-7 minutes, they're back in the classroom, which was what we wanted to see. I'm really excited that this space is here. It's something that I've always wanted to do. It's a great tool, not only for the students, but for me as a counselor, trying to teach students how to calm down or how to handle their big feelings that they're having is great, but when you can get them hands-on and really use those tools, I feel like I can really take what I'm teaching them to the next level, and then they can continue to take that and utilize it throughout their life instead of just going on to the next level and kind of forgetting everything we've talked about.